Welcome to Mortgage 101, where you will learn the important steps of buying or refinancing a home. Hello, I am glad you are here. My name is Nathan Rufty, a mortgage loan originator with over 25 years of lending experience that has your best interests in mind. After listening to this full podcast, connect with me to discuss your home loan needs. Now on with the show. Welcome to another very informative podcast with Mortgage 101. My name is Nathan Rufty, a licensed loan originator in California and Arizona. Today you found me because you Googled or came upon my search terms, how to refinance without an appraisal. I blogged about this. I spoke about this in previous podcasts. Once we gather your information, you complete an online home loan application, we must run your credit. Not everybody's financial situation is the same. But typically, if Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, and this is not always, because I've seen this on FHA, but if Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac on the conventional side has seen your property through an appraisal within the last 5 years of you refinancing before, even on a purchase and or refinance, it will accept the value that we input as the appraised value. It's called a PIW, Property Inspection Waiver. So those are becoming more and more common in our industry. But you also have to have those compensating factors as well. A higher credit score, maybe some possible reserves, not always. But everybody's financial situation is different. So it's just not a blanket policy that if you meet these guidelines, you're going to get a PIW, Property Inspection Waiver. I have had people that are on borrowers that are on an FHA loan currently, and we're refinancing them into a conventional that has seen a property inspection waiver. Now, these are rate and terms, 700 plus credit scores. They don't need a reserve because their debt to income ratio is below 45%. But like I said, there's no set standard to say if you meet these qualifications, you're going to get a property inspection waiver. So seeing those a lot as of late, we're in a refinance boom at the moment. And I would say probably 95% of my refinance borrowers are getting a property inspection waiver. And that goes for conventionals. Obviously, we're doing a streamline, no appraisal, or VA IRRRL, no appraisal. But I am refinancing a good amount of borrowers that do not require an appraisal. If you're in that lower tier and Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac hasn't seen your loan in 8, 9, 10 years, you've been in that same loan, you're going to get an appraisal. That's just common right now. So one filter particularly is if you have refinanced in the last 5 years, they have a value on your property in a way their algorithms have set themselves to say this particular zip code or area has had a small 3, 4, 5, 6, 10% increase. We're going to go ahead and accept the value that the loan originator inputted. Now, we don't go crazy with that and say your property's worth $1 million. It's going to want an appraisal. But we can do as of today, and this is going to be the industry standard going forward, and it may even get a lot better going forward. But as of today, when I am doing this podcast in September of 2020, we're getting a lot of PIW, property inspection waivers, that do not require an appraisal on refinances. We're seeing them on purchases as well. So if that seller has refinanced with Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac in the last 5 years and they refinance with appraised value at $300 and they're selling for $350, we can probably get a property inspection waiver, and that's if once we run it through desktop underwriting system. Now, if they're trying to sell it for $600,000, yeah, I'm sure we're going to need an appraisal to back up that sales price. But Fannie Mae's algorithms has tightened up better for the consumer that we don't have to do an appraisal. And that's even with some cash out refinances. I've gotten those as well. So cash out, rate and terms, refinances as well on purchases also. So this is a benefit to the homeowner and possibly to the buyer that they don't have to spend the money, time, and energy on the appraisal because it's there. So if you're looking for a cash out or on a refinance or a purchase possibly, in a purchase, we won't know these things until when people ask, can I do an appraisal? I don't know until we run it through desktop underwriting. Desktop underwriting is DU through Fannie Mae, and that's their automated underwriting system called DU. We take your loan application that you complete with us. We upload it into desktop underwriting system along with your credit. and it gets back us a loan decision. Same thing with LP, Loan Prospector through Freddie Mac. That's their automated underwriting engine. It's called LP. So when we say LP or DU, that's Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac's automatic underwriting system. We have to run your credit because it won't give us a loan decision without running your credit. So you have to complete the file. We have to clean it up. We have to look at the overall profile picture of your financial situation when it comes to income, credit, and assets. And then we upload it through desktop underwriting system, see if we get that appraisal waiver called a PIW, property inspection waiver, which is great right now. So if you're in the middle of a remodel, or you might have something going on with your home that deals with health, safety, soundness, or security issues, we can get a property inspection waiver possibly, but we got to run it through desktop underwriting, DU or LP, and Loan Prospector through Freddie Mac. So it's a great program. I think it's going to become more common in our industry going forward as I do this podcast, as I said earlier. But if you're looking to do a home refinance, whether it be cash out or rate and term, your loan originator will know. And once we run your credit report will indicate who owns that note. Your servicer can change hands, but the note is the ultimate lien holder of your property, whether it be Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, talking about conventional. And it will say that on the credit report that it's Fannie Mae owned or Freddie Mac owned. You also can Google who owns my note with Fannie Mae, who owns my note with Freddie Mac. It comes up with a site. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac site are there, and I'll have the links below. You put in your name, your address, and the last four of your social. You press get, and it will say, yes, we own your note, or we don't. And then you go to the other. If you tried Fannie Mae first, and then you go to Freddie Mac and it owns your note, then we can get a property inspection waiver a good amount of time, just depending on what your overall credit profile looks like. And also, like I said earlier, I'm doing an FHA loan right now, rate and term. We do not have to do an appraisal coming from an FHA to a conventional. Now, this is rate and term, and he has a good debt ratio, and his credit scores are good. But don't let that deter you from at least trying, because you never know. Maybe a 640 at a 60% loan to value rate and term gets a PIW, property inspection waiver. We don't know that until we run it through DU. There's just no set parameter. It says if this borrower has a loan to value of 70%, a credit score is 740 plus, and a debt ratio of 35 or below, PIW is going to qualify. We don't have that in our industry. We got to upload it through DU or LP to see if we get that property inspection waiver. It doesn't hurt to try. Yes, there is a hard inquiry on your credit report in order to do this. Yes, you got to take some time out to fill out a home loan application with that lending institution. Hopefully it's with me in California and Arizona, and we'll run you through DU. It doesn't hurt. Yes, you will have a hard inquiry on your credit report, as I indicated, but you don't know until you try. I wish there was a filter that says if you meet these filters, yes, you're having a PIW with no problem. But that we don't, like I said, we don't have that. But if you're looking to do a home refinance, whether it be a purchase or a cash out, regardless of the program, FHA or conventional, give your qualified licensed lender, loan originator in your state a call and see if he or she can upload you and see what you get. I'm licensed in California and Arizona, and if you're looking in those two states, I'd love to assist you. But if you're in Michigan, call somebody in that state that's licensed to do that and able to run you through desktop underwriting system or loan prospector through LP with Freddie Mac. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to my podcast. But if you are looking, and I'm glad that you found me, are looking to do a home refinance or a cash out home rate and term or cash out refinance, it doesn't hurt to explore it. But there are opportunities out there that you do not have to do an appraisal on your property. It saves you time, money, and energy, and just doing a rate and term. Give me a call, Nathan Rufty, at my phone number, direct line. Call or text is 909-503-5600. Thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you again for taking the time to listen to this very informative podcast. Remember to subscribe, share, like, and comment. There is no better time than today to explore your options to purchase or refinance a home. Please call, text, or email me at the information below to get started right away, and I look forward in hearing from you.